All right, today I'm going to show you how to make a basic script for MTurk working on batches. In particular, we're going to look at using a keybind or a key press in order to mark a radio. I had an old source code for a Pinterest hit. This is not a current Pinterest hit, but it's just a code that I happen to have on hand. So I like to do a lot of my coding in jsfiddle.net. This is a great little program in order to test all of your scripts because you don't want to test it on an actual hit, mess something up, and end up with a rejection. So in order to use this, the first thing you do is paste the source code from the hit frame into this corner box. And we'll go ahead and hit run. And we will see what the hit frame would look like for the hit. This is an old Pinterest again, and it's a Pinterest where you have 5 radios, and they want you to choose between 1 irrelevant and 5 relevant. So I'm going to try and make a script where you can press 1 to mark this first radio, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So I usually do a lot of copy pasting for my code. I don't actually just sit there and write anything out. I found that you use the same code for the same types of things over and over again. So maybe you could just make your own little Word file and save all of your code and just label it. Okay, this code is for this code is for that. So the first thing that we're going to do is look at this code. And this document ready function is just to get the hit ready to accept a function. This next one, name, is a focus code. I use this to focus right onto the question, so it'll skip over all of the instructions. It won't start the hit up here. It'll start with one of these radios in focus. How do I get the name for this? We look at our code, and you'll see right here, the radio has the name question answers.q1, and it has a value of 1. The first one has a value of 0. All of these radios have the same name because it's only one question. Usually if there's multiple questions, they'll have different names. So the next part of this code is this key down function, and it says if key code equals 49, do this thing. How do we get this 49? Let me go over to a different tab, and you'll see keycode.info. This will give you the key codes for every key on your keyboard. Press any key. I can press the letter A, and it gives me the code 65, S 83, D 68. The number 1 is 49, and that's why I put the number 49 in here. And then this is in order to click onto a radio button. The name of the radio, question answers.q1, value 1. The issue is that value 1 here is actually the second radio. Usually with JavaScript, they start 0 and then 1, 2, 3. So let's go ahead and change this value to 0. And another thing when you're using JFiddle that's very important is make sure that you go ahead and turn on the extension for jQuery. Sometimes I forget to do this and it's very frustrating. So I usually use jQuery 3.2.1. All right, let's go ahead and run this and see what happens. So we ran it and it automatically jumped down to the question. You'll see the blue box around the number 5. This is the focus. Again, that code is here. And let's test it. Let's press the number 1 on our keyboard. Not there, over here. And it marks the number 1 irrelevant. Good. Now we need to figure out how to mark all the rest. I'm going to go ahead, take this, and copy paste it. I do a lot of copy pasting. So next we want the number 2. Let's go check. Number 2 is the key code 50. So we'll change this to 50. The value for number 2, let's check up here. Number 2 value is 1. So we'll change this to the number 1. Run it again, and we'll test it again. 1 goes to the first, 2 goes to the second. Wonderful. Now we just do that 3 more times. 1, 2, 3. And we'll change all of these. 51, value 2. 52, value 3. 53, value 4. We'll run it again. Again, it skips the directions. There are other code that you can use to just hide the instructions, which I do, that we can look at in a different video. So let's test this. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Perfect. We have code that works to press a key and mark a radio. There are a lot of other things we can do. We can also have it automatically go to the next page if we wanted to, but again, that's more complex. Hopefully everyone remembers how to actually copy this into our Tamper Monkey in order to have a working script. If you don't, please refer back to the Making Basic Scripts thread. If you have any questions, please let me know. Thank you.